Welcome back to Coach Sully's Kitchen, guys. Episode number 3. This one is the most important one of them all. This is the meal prepping episode. This is going to give you guys the foundation for your nutrition just starting off, okay? So a lot of people were killing it in the gym, we're crushing it, and then week 2, week 3, week 4, we start slowing down, we're hurting, our bodies are hurting, we're sore. So that's where this comes into play, the nutrition, the supplementation, the hydration. All right, boys and girls, first things first, we're gonna get a little messy here with the cutting board. We're gonna chop up our veggies. All right, guys, I always suggest clients to lean towards the green leafy veggies, but this week we're going with broccoli, bell peppers, yellow squash, and green Serrano peppers. Give a little kick. All right, guys, get those vitamins. This is like my multivitamin. I don't take a specific multivitamin, but this is it. My fruits, my vegetables, get that little extra fiber in the diet. All right, so after that, we're going on to our carbohydrate, our complex, or you can see I'm using white rice. If you want to use brown rice, that's totally fine. I prefer the white rice, just digests a little bit easier, but play around with your carbohydrates. You're cooking your rice to start on your meat, okay? The meat is gonna go on top of your rice. So once the rice is done, you're gonna put that in your trays. But right now, we're gonna start on the meat. So right here, we have 12 pounds of ground beef, okay? So I've got this all mixed up, chopped down. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your spice box. Grab that spice box, bam. First things first, it's a standard in everybody's kitchen. It's like the #1 spice in the world, black pepper, okay? I'm just gonna hit both of these. Some of that black pepper. After pepper is salt, all right? You're gonna grab that salt. You see I have pink Himalayan salt. This is really gonna keep your muscles nice and full with those carbohydrates, the combination of the two. We're gonna just put a little bit of here on top. After the salt is gonna be our garlic powder. I'm just gonna sprinkle that. Onion powder here. Last one here, we're gonna add a little bit of chipotle roasted garlic, okay? This is that surprise here at the end. Okay, once I've got all my seasonings on now, I'm just gonna stir those in. All right, guys, once you've cooked your rice down just a little bit with some olive oil, right? That's kind of really gonna coat the rice and so that the rice doesn't get very mushy, right, as the rice ages. Okay, now we add the water, which was boiling, right? So this is a water boiler, okay? Now we turn down the heat. We're gonna turn that up just to about 1 or 2. It's just gonna be low, and that rice is just gonna suck up the water. Give it about 10 minutes and it'll be ready. Once the rice is done, you're gonna strain it here with the strainer. And what I like to do is put a little hole in the middle here, and it just kind of helps it to cool off faster. And while that rice is cooling off, you're gonna start your meat, all right? 12 pounds of beef here. And you're gonna constantly turn it because that's a lot of meat, all right? Try to get that down to room temperature before you start. That makes it a lot easier to cook it thoroughly. All right, guys. So the meat is cooking now. The rice, we've drained out the water. It's in the strainer here, okay? We're gonna go 1.5 cups of carbohydrates this week. All right, guys. Now, for a lot of my clients out there, I'll tell you what, it's like 70 to 80% of them that are keto. Slowly introduce your carbohydrates back into the diet. You're gonna see a big dramatic change in not only the muscle size, the way your muscles look, but the way you're gonna perform in the gym. So make sure you guys are tracking those carbs, all right? And for some people, it may just be 1/2 cup you might start off with, all right? For me, I'm usually between 1 cup to 2 a cup to 2 cups of rice. Okay guys, last one here. We're gonna top that one off. Okay. A little bit extra rice, that's gonna go in a container. Now, let's check on the steak. All right guys, you can see it's starting to cook here. Now, since we have 12 pounds of steak on here, we are gonna have to be mixing this up quite a bit, okay? Just so that the heat can cook it evenly distributed. And also, it's a lot easier to eat when there's not big chunks in here. And we are on the final stretch, guys. You're just gonna keep turning that meat. Cook it until it's a nice dark brown color like you see it. Then we're gonna start measuring that out. This week I went for 9 ounces, okay? Message me if you have questions about your portions, and I can give you guys some suggestions where to start, and we can kind of point you guys in the right direction, okay? It depends person to person, but for me, I'm generally between 7 to 9 ounces of meat. Guys, this week, let's show you guys what we got here. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 meals, and these are all the same measurements. This is gonna be 94.7 lean ground beef, and in each one of these meals, I've got a cup and a half of the rice. Moving down here, we've got our veggies. All right, guys, now you see how I've chopped them up. I keep them all in a container. Okay, I don't actually put these with my meal, okay, and let me explain why. All right, not every one of these meals I'm gonna actually have a vegetable with it. Reason being, sometimes I might wanna eat these meals and have it digest quicker, all right? For those that have been eating vegetables enough, you know that there's a lot of fiber, all right? There's a lot of extra water. This is gonna really slow down that digestion process. Moving on from there, so we got our main meals, we got our veggies, which those are the staples in the diet, okay? Keep in mind, guys, this isn't everything that I eat throughout the day. In the morning, I may have an omelet with some eggs with these veggies. I'll have, right here, you can see I've got my bananas. I've got avocados, so bananas, maybe I'll have in the morning. If I want something really quick digesting, hit a banana, maybe have a protein smoothie, throw some yogurt in it, something like that. But that's just a general idea for you guys. You guys know what I'm eating this week. And the key in health is this, guys. It's not going to the gym. It's not breaking down the body, which that's what we're doing. Breaking down the body. We're tearing the muscle fibers. This is where we nourish the bodies, right? We come back, we get healthy, and we create longevity here in the kitchen, all right? So if it's not your thing, ease into it. This took me about 2 to 3 hours to complete. And if you're new at meal prepping, maybe start with an hour, hour and a half, work your way up to 2 hours and so on and so forth. But just like anything in life, guys, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it. And we all know that you are what you eat.